This right here is my 2023 C8 Corvette, and over the past 2 years of ownership, I've put roughly $18,000 worth of mods into this car. We're gonna be going over each modification that I've done to this car one by one. I'm gonna be letting you guys know whether or not I would buy that modification again. And if you're in the market to modify your own personal C8 Corvette, maybe you'll get some ideas on what you want to do next from this video. So sit back and relax. We're gonna go through every single mod that I've done to this car. Now, before we get into this, I do want to say that just because I say that I would not buy it again, doesn't mean that it's a bad modification. I have my own reasonings for certain things. Nothing that I've put on this car is necessarily a bad modification. Some of them just make life a little bit more annoying. But we'll get into that a little bit later, as well as at the end of the video, we are gonna kind of touch on what the future of this car is gonna look like, hopefully this year. Anyways, guys, let's jump right into going over all the modifications. Now, starting off the list with a mod that I bought before I actually purchased the C8 Corvette. Yes, I ordered this car, took a while to come in, and I started buying mods for it before the vehicle itself came in. And that mod would be the carbon fiber high wing right here from Paragon Performance. In my opinion, this is one of the best wing options for the C8 Corvette. The Z51 wing is pretty nice, but you know, I'm in my 20s. I like big aggressive wings on my vehicle, and the carbon fiber high wing is one of my absolute favorites for these cars. In my opinion, the C8 Corvette looks its best with the high wing on it, so I would 100% buy this modification again. Next up, we have a very recent modification, and that are these Euro style tail lights for the C8 Corvette. As you can see, it has kind of a dark smoked housing with clear turn signals and reverse lights. Very nice, very sleek. I do really like these things, and it was actually a gift from my girlfriend, so big shout out to her. These are awesome. Not only are they cool looking like this, but with a little switch right here that I have attached to my key fob, they also can change colors to pretty much whatever you want. And there's even an app on your phone that you can go through and pretty much customize these lights to make them do whatever you want to do. Hey buddy, I'm trying to film. What do you want some loving? Hello. I like to keep them blue because it matches the rest of the car, and it's just really nice for pictures and stuff like that. And then whenever you're done with the light show in the rear, all you have to do is click off, and bam, they go back to being normal tail lights, which are perfectly legal. And even though my girlfriend did buy these for me, I would 100% buy these again. Next up, sticking with the rear, we have two mods that are pretty much a must-have combo in my opinion. These mods are the Paragon Titanium exhaust and the Veris rear diffuser right here. Now, I say that these two are a combo because combined, they make the rear end look pretty exotic, in my opinion. The way you can see the whole titanium exhaust through the lower part of the bumper, and everything's just nice and open with the diffuser fins down there. I think this is a must-have combo for any rear of the C8 Corvette. It just completely changes the whole entire thing and makes it look so aggressive. And it also fixes one of the worst things about the C8 Corvette, in my opinion, and that's the square exhaust tips. And now we have these super cool carbon fiber with blue tip exhaust tips. They look absolutely awesome. All in all, those two mods alone transform the rear end of the C8 Corvette the absolute most, and are one of my favorite things that I've ever done to this car, honestly. So they obviously get a complete buy again rating from me for those two things. They're a little bit pricey, but 100% worth it. And I think it's only fair that I've shown you the exhaust. I let you guys hear how it sounds. Now, full disclosure, this car is also catless, which we'll get into a little bit later whenever we go into the engine bay. So it's quite louder than a normal Stingray would be if it has like cats and whatnot. But nonetheless, here's how it sounds. Oh Lord. Inside real quick and I'll give y'all a little few baby revs. It's still cold, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but just listen to this. Oh my God. This sounds absolutely insane. All right, that's enough of that before I get the cops called on me. Now I say we move on to the engine bay And this is probably gonna be the first mod that I say I would probably not buy again, and it has to be the side carbon fiber covers right here that go on the engine bay on both sides. One over there and one right here. Now, the only reason I say I would not buy these again is because there's a lot of heat back here in the engine bay, and I've only had these for probably a year, and they're already starting to fade a little bit, and they get atrocious water spots on them while it's raining or after washing the car because all that heat and the water just bakes onto them. It's just not a good time. So they're gonna end up probably not looking too great here pretty soon. And just like these side carbon fiber covers, we have a engine cover that is also carbon fiber. And just like these things, I probably would not buy it again just for the exact same reasons. There's a lot of heat back here, and I just don't really want mods going to waste and being ruined after a short period of time. So I'd probably just take the stock engine cover and like get it color matched to the Rapid Blue on the exterior. I feel like that would look pretty cool, and I'd probably do that instead. Also in the engine bay, a little bit hidden away from everything, way up under here, we have a Haltech cold air intake. And along with gaining a little bit of extra horsepower, it does sound pretty cool. So that alone makes it worth the like $700 that it is. And plus it comes with the Attack Blue air filter, which is already a popular upgrade for a lot of C8 Corvette owners. So yeah, I think the Haltech intake gets a buy again from me. A couple small mods right here. We have a Paragon Performance coolant cap and a Paragon Performance oil cap. These things add a nice little touch of color to the engine bay area, and plus they're cheap enough that they're not gonna break the bank whatsoever. So yeah, they get a buy again rating from me. And the last modification for the engine bay is the catless pipes from 2M Fabrication. Right here, we have a catless pipe, and right there we have a catless pipe. And let me tell you guys, this is one of those mods that I'm 50-50 on. I love it because it makes the car sound super aggressive. It makes it louder and whatnot, but it's also an absolute pain to live with. And let me explain. So obviously the cats are super restrictive. You get a little bit extra power. You get a lot of extra sound from removing them, but you also get check engine lights. And even with the O2 extenders and whatnot that they send for you to kind of trick the computer into thinking you still have cats, let me tell you guys, it's still gonna trip the code every once in a while. It's not gonna be perfect. So yeah, a little bit annoying dealing with the check engine lights, but obviously the sound is really great. So I don't know. I don't know if I would necessarily buy it again now that I have the Paragon titanium exhaust. I think the exhaust by itself with cats would probably sound pretty decent. So I don't know, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. I don't really know what rating to give it. Whatever. I guess we're just gonna say would not buy again because it is a headache. All right, now let's talk about my wheels. These are from a company called E5 Wheels. And not only do these things look amazing on the car, they also fix one of the problems with the factory wheels. You see, the factory wheels don't sit flush with the fender, and these, as you can see, sit perfectly flush with the front and rear fenders. So you don't get any of that weird wonky fitment that the stock wheels have. Moving on, we have this carbon fiber side skirt from C7 Carbon. Now, in my opinion, I love the way that these things look. Absolutely love it. It breaks up all the blue on the side of the car. There's a lot of blue going on, so it's just a nice little breakup of color. I love the little wing back there. The only problem I have with this side skirt is actually the way you install it on the car. So on the bottom of this thing, you have a bunch of rivets that go into the bottom body. You can probably see them right there. And that supports the majority of the side skirt. Then you're supposed to go inside the car and actually drill a hole like roughly right here to go through the body into the side skirt to kind of support this top part to the body itself. It's kind of weird, a little sketchy, and I actually didn't do it. I don't personally want to drill holes in the car where it'd be visible if I took the side skirt off. And because I didn't drill a hole and put a bolt through right here, the side skirts are really not all that well supported on the fin part. As you can see, there is quite a bit of wiggle room right here. So I can only imagine at highway speeds, that's probably gonna be flapping around a little bit and rubbing up on the paint. Probably not the best thing, but I refuse to drill a hole in the side of my car, so yeah. And for that reason, even though I love the design, I love how it looks, I probably would not buy this for my car. I'd probably just buy the other style that kind of just, you know, covers over the bottom Coming around to the front of the car, we have a 5VM style carbon fiber front splitter on the front of this thing. Also from C7 Carbon, the same people that make the side skirt. Now I love this style of front splitter. The winglets on the side is a nice little touch, and I think it just sticks out the perfect distance on the front of the car. These 5VM front splitters are an amazing mod for any C8 Corvette and make the front end look so much more aggressive, and I would absolutely buy it again. And I actually have bought it like 3 or 4 times because I keep hitting road debris with the front of this car. So, you know, I break off pieces of the front splitter. Have to order another one. So, yep, that's an obvious buy again rating from me. Another modification on the front of this car, we're gonna be dealing with the headlights. So I'm gonna turn on the DRLs real quick. And this modification is blue DRLs. Yes, check that out. Super, super illegal, I know. And no, these don't change colors. These are always blue. I wish they changed colors, but they don't. They're just permanently blue. These were sent to me from Motorsports Plus, and while they are super cool, they look absolutely amazing. Go with the rest of the car, obviously, because they are blue. They're also very illegal. Okay, I actually can't drive at night because of these headlights without risking getting a ticket. Because at night, you can't actually turn off the DRLs. If the headlights are on, the DRLs have to be on. During the day, you can turn them off, so that's no problem. I don't really have any issues driving during the day because I'll just turn off the blue DRLs. But driving at night, I honestly haven't driven at night since getting these DRLs. So, a little bit of a weird thing. Kind of makes this car a day-only car. So if I were to buy these again, I'd probably buy the yellow ones, and I would stay away from the red and the blue if you plan on driving the car pretty much at all. Because, you know, red and blue, super illegal, can't be having those, but yellow definitely makes the front of the car look good. And I'll probably actually upgrade these to the yellow ones so I can drive it at night again. I know, my DRLs are on, I'm sorry. We have these door seal covers that are color matched to the car from AMT Custom Designs. And I'm gonna say, guys, these things look absolutely amazing. Look at that. It is pretty much a perfect color match with the car. It flows so good. I love the design of it. It says Corvette. Overall, super cool. I think they're like $200 or $300. 100% would buy these things again because they just look freaking awesome. And if you look at my steering wheel, you'll notice I have a blue Z mode button, obviously to match the rest of the car. Super cheap mod. I like the way it looks and I would 100% buy it again. Now you also notice these little carbon fiber trim covers that I have on the steering wheel. I actually bought these covers because I ended up scratching the factory plastic that was like right here whenever I was removing the factory Z mode button and upgrading it with this blue one. And in my opinion, I don't really like stick-on carbon fiber. These aren't full replacement pieces. These just kind of apply with 3M tape over the factory plastic. And I'm not the biggest fan of stick-on carbon. I'm just not. I like full replacement carbon fiber pieces. So if it wasn't for the fact that I ended up scratching the factory plastic piece right there, I would probably not buy these again. Plus, for whatever reason, they're kind of tucked underneath my airbag. So like, honking the horn is very difficult. And for what I believe is the final mod, we have these really nice magnetic paddle shifters. They make all sorts of cool noises. Now these are a little bit pricey, but they are obviously a major upgrade over the factory ones. The factory ones are just cheap plastic. They don't feel that great while you're shifting through the gears and whatnot. And because these things don't feel cheap like the factory paddles, and they also make some pretty satisfying noises, I would say that I'd probably buy these again. So there you have it, guys. That is every single modification that I've done to my C8 Corvette. You guys let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. Oh yeah, I also forgot. I don't really know if you would consider this a mod necessarily, but this car is ceramic coated, which I do also recommend on anyone's vehicle. It's just one of those things that make your life a lot easier as far as like cleaning and whatnot, and your car is gonna look like it's been waxed freshly pretty much year round. Now to kind of give y'all a sneak peek on what I want to do with this thing in 2025, I do want to get a ZR1 style carbon fiber front hood for this car. I think they look really great, and overall it'll just kind of go with the rest of the carbon fiber that I have on this vehicle. And then I also kind of want to get this car cammed. Okay, so for those of you that have seen my channel before, you know we have a cammed C5 right here, and that car just sounds absolutely amazing. And now that my C8 Corvette has a titanium exhaust, It's catless. I really want to cam this car. I feel like it would sound so good. I believe the heads cam package for the C8 Corvette is somewhere like, what, $9,000 to $10,000. Anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.